Hello and welcome. Today, you will learn English through another motivational story. This is episode 10 of David's journey. At the end of the last episode, David received an email while walking home. The message was from the Young Entrepreneurs Challenge, and as he read it beneath the city lights, his expression suddenly changed. Today, David discovers that opportunities often come with challenges. Let's begin. David stopped walking and stared at his phone. The street around him was quiet, and the glow of the streetlights reflected softly on the pavement. For a moment, he simply stood there, reading the email again and again. He could hardly believe it. "Congratulations," the message began. "Your application has been selected for the next stage of the Young Entrepreneurs Challenge." A smile slowly spread across David's face. He had been selected. Out of all the applicants, he had been chosen to continue. His heart filled with excitement as he continued reading. Then, suddenly, the smile disappeared. His eyes moved to the next paragraph. "Participants are required to attend a presentation workshop this Saturday. Attendance is mandatory." David blinked. Then he read the sentence again. "A presentation workshop?" he whispered. His stomach tightened. Speaking in front of people was one of the things he feared most. Just imagining himself standing on a stage made him uncomfortable. A few seconds earlier, he had felt excited. Now he felt nervous. Very nervous. As he continued walking home, his mind was filled with questions. What if he embarrassed himself? What if he forgot what to say? What if everyone else was more confident than him? By the time he reached home, he was no longer thinking about being selected. He was thinking about the presentation. The next day, the workshop was all he could think about. At work, he thought about it. On the bus, he thought about it. Even while eating lunch, he thought about it. The more he imagined it, the worse it seemed. That evening, he called Daniel. As soon as Daniel answered, David spoke. "I got selected." "That's amazing," Daniel replied. "You don't sound excited." David sighed. "I was excited until I finished reading the email." Daniel laughed. "What happened?" "I have to attend a presentation workshop." There was a brief silence. Then Daniel laughed again. David frowned. "I'm serious." "So am I," Daniel replied. "That's great news." "Great news?" David asked. "I have to stand in front of people and talk." Daniel chuckled. "David, you're acting like they asked you to wrestle a lion." "It feels worse." This time, both of them laughed. After a moment, Daniel's voice became more serious. "Can I tell you something?" "Sure." "The first presentation I ever gave was terrible." David stopped walking. "What?" "Terrible," Daniel repeated. "My hands were shaking. I forgot half of what I wanted to say, and I finished speaking nearly 2 minutes earlier than I was supposed to." David laughed. "You? Me?" "I don't believe it." "It's true," Daniel said. "Nobody starts confident. Confidence comes later." Those words stayed with David long after the call ended. Nobody starts confident. The sentence echoed in his mind. Perhaps he had been looking at confidence the wrong way. Maybe confidence wasn't something people were born with. Maybe it was something they built. Saturday arrived sooner than David expected. Standing outside the workshop venue, he looked up at the building and took a deep breath. People were already arriving. Some carried laptops. Others carried notebooks. A few stood outside, talking and laughing as if they had no worries at all. David wished he felt the same. For a moment, he considered turning around and going home. Nobody would know. Nobody would stop him. He could simply leave. Then, another thought entered his mind. If he left now, he would never know what could have happened. Slowly, he took a deep breath and walked through the doors. Inside, nearly 40 participants were seated. The room buzzed with conversation as people introduced themselves and shared ideas. David found an empty chair and sat down quietly. The workshop began. At first, everything felt manageable. The trainer explained how to communicate ideas clearly, how to speak with confidence, and how to connect with an audience. David listened carefully and took notes. Then, halfway through the workshop, the trainer smiled. "I think it's time for a quick exercise." Immediately, David felt nervous. The trainer continued. "Each participant will come to the front of the room, introduce themselves, and tell us why they joined the competition." David's eyes widened. Surely there were 40 people in the room. Surely the trainer didn't expect everyone to speak. But that was exactly what the trainer expected. One by one, participants walked to the front. One by one, they introduced themselves. Then David heard his name. David. The room suddenly felt very quiet. Slowly, he stood up. His legs felt heavy. His mouth felt dry. Every pair of eyes seemed to be looking directly at him. For a brief moment, he froze. Then he remembered something Mr. Peterson once told him. Growth begins where comfort ends. David took a breath, then another. Finally, he began speaking. "Hello, everyone. My name is David." His voice shook slightly. "But," he continued, "I work at a community center, and I'm here because I want to learn. I want to grow, and one day, I hope to create something that helps people." The room remained silent. Not an uncomfortable silence, a listening silence. Several people nodded. A few smiled. Nobody laughed. Nobody judged him. As he continued speaking, the fear slowly began to fade. When he finally finished, the room applauded. David smiled and returned to his seat. His presentation had not been perfect. In fact, it had been far from perfect. But he had done it. And somehow, that felt more important. At the end of the workshop, the trainer stepped forward once again. "Thank you, everyone," he said. "Next week, only 10 participants will move on to the final stage of the competition." The room became quiet. "We will announce the selected names by email." David glanced around the room. 10 participants. Only 10. Suddenly, the competition felt much more real. As he left the building that afternoon, he felt proud of himself. Not because he had won, not because he had achieved success, but because he had faced a fear that once controlled him. And, for the first time, he realized something important. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when fear walks beside you.